Have you ever felt someone's words or actions pierce your calm, leaving you frustrated, angry, or emotionally drained? It often happens when we mistakenly give others power over our emotions. But you can learn to remain unshakable, no matter what anyone says or does. Stoic philosophy teaches that only your thoughts, judgments, and actions are truly under your control. Today, you'll learn 12 lessons to never be bothered by anyone, blending timeless Stoic wisdom with practical strategies to protect your peace and master your mind. Number 1. Understand that you control only yourself. You control only your mind, thoughts, and actions. Nothing external, insults, criticism, or provocation can harm you unless you allow it. Epictetus emphasized, it's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. Ask yourself, do I have control over this? If not, focus on your own behavior and mindset. Accepting this truth releases unnecessary stress and grants emotional freedom. Your calm comes from within, not from external circumstances. By internalizing this principle, you stop giving power to those attempting to disturb you. Mastery begins when you prioritize your responses over the chaos created by others, making your peace untouchable and allowing you to act with clarity and composure. When you truly accept that you are in charge of just yourself, you understand that most problems and emotional issues are voluntary. They happen because you let them happen in your mind. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not over things that happen outside of it." You will discover strength if you understand this. Every insult and every slight is only noise from the outside. It can only hurt you if you allow it. You can quickly tell what needs your attention and what doesn't by asking yourself, is this within my control all the time? This self-control changes how you deal with other people. People may try to make you angry, scared, or insecure, but you are still in charge of your own mind. You reply on purpose instead of reacting without thinking. Over time, this exercise builds emotional immunity, which means you can be cool and collected no matter what happens outside of you. You start to notice a big change. You're less angry, less frustrated, and your decisions are clearer. In real life, this involves taking a break before you answer. If someone insults or criticizes you, don't get defensive, angry, or hurt right away. Take a second. Can I control what they say or do? No. Can I control how I respond? Yes. Then I concentrate here. That pause is where freedom lives. It's the time when you take back control of your thinking and refuse to be rocked. By making this philosophy a part of you, you not only keep your peace, but you also show a quiet strength that others can see, even if they don't understand it. People who like commotion and drama have a tougher time getting to you or making you feel bad because you've created an unbreakable inner fortress. You no longer waste your energy, attention, and calm on outside problems. Instead, they all go toward what really matters: your goals, values, and personal progress. In the end, the key to never being troubled by anyone is to master yourself. The more you can manage your own ideas, feelings, and behaviors, the less power outside events have over you. When things are tough, remember that your power comes from how you respond, not what other people do. If you work on this, no one will be able to take away your inner calm. Number 2, distance yourself from toxicity. Protect your mental space by avoiding toxic influences. Some people thrive on drama, manipulation, and negativity. Seneca said, "Associate with those who will make a better man of you. Welcome those whom you yourself can improve." Distance does not mean being rude. It is preservation. Recognize patterns of behavior that drain your energy or provoke you unnecessarily. Surround yourself with people who inspire growth, positivity, and virtue. Limiting exposure to negativity reduces stress, strengthens focus, and protects emotional stability. By prioritizing your peace, you maintain clarity and resilience, refusing to let others' harmful behavior control your mindset. Choosing your associations wisely ensures your inner calm remains intact and untouchable. Staying away from poisonous people is not about being afraid. It's a smart way to protect yourself. You shouldn't waste your time and energy attempting to change people who don't want to change. When you meet people who constantly provoke, belittle, or manipulate you, remember that you have a choice about whether or not to interact with them. And that choice will cost you your serenity. By making a conscious choice to step back, you get back time, energy, and mental clarity that you can use for things that matter. This principle is also true for things other than personal encounters. Toxicity can show up in areas like homes, social media, companies, or even in the way you think all the time. Marcus Aurelius says, "Don't feel hurt, and the hurt will go away." You can't control the negative things that happen around you, but you can manage how close you are to them and how much attention you pay them. In practice, this could mean talking less to some individuals, muting social media accounts that always make you upset, or just avoiding getting involved in gossip or fights that don't go anywhere. The power of distance comes from the deep and subtle freedom it gives you. You stop responding to every little thing that bothers you and start to take care of your emotional environment. Your inner calm gets stronger and more stable the more you think about who and what you let into your mind. This practice creates an inner space where positivity, attention, and tranquility are the norm. This makes it much simpler to deal with problems clearly instead of getting upset. It's important to remember that distance is not the same as rejecting the world. It's a way of saying what matters most to you. It shows that your health is not up for discussion. You need to cut back on relationships and interactions that are holding you back from growing emotionally. Much like a gardener cuts back on dead or hazardous branches to let healthy growth happen. This way, you create a life that is led by wisdom and morality, where your tranquility is not something you can give up or trade. In short, keeping your mind safe is something you have to do all the time. You need to be alert, brave, and disciplined enough to act in keeping with your ideals. You protect yourself from negativity, stay focused on your growth, and make sure that no one else's toxicity can get through to the calm, reasonable core of your mind by choosing who and what you interact with on purpose. Number 3. Silence is stronger than reaction. Master the power of silence. When insulted or provoked, reacting impulsively gives others power. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If anyone can refute me, show me I am wrong, I will welcome it. But if they insult me, I remain unshaken." Silence communicates strength and control. It disarms aggressors, preserves your energy, and prevents unnecessary conflict. By pausing and remaining calm, you assert dominance over your reactions. Over time, this habit builds self-discipline, making emotional attacks ineffective. Silence is a tool that elevates your presence, demonstrating that your inner fortress is untouchable. This method allows you to maintain composure, respond wisely when necessary, and prevent negativity from influencing your life or decisions. Silence is not a sign of weakness. It is a strong choice. When others try to get a reaction out of you, they want to validate, get your attention, or control how you feel. You take away their power completely when you refuse to engage. Epictetus says, "We should always be asking ourselves, is this something I can control or not?" You always have the power to choose how to respond or not respond at all. Choosing silence is a deliberate use of that power. Being able to be quiet also helps you think clearly. When you act on impulse, you often end up regretting it, getting confused, or making things worse. Taking a break, even a short one, gives you time to think about what you see and pick the best way to respond. This control shows both you and others that you have a disciplined mind, controlled emotions, and won't get caught up in unnecessary drama. In short, silence is both a shield and a weapon. It protects your inner serenity while also showing that you are in charge of emotional turbulence. Also, quiet shows that you are sure of yourself. Aggressors frequently think that loud replies are a sign of strength, but real strength is being calm and in control. When you stay calm when someone tries to upset you, you show that outside insults or pressures can't throw you off balance. People rapidly learn that trying to control or scare you doesn't work, which stops them from attacking you again. Over time, this builds an atmosphere of unshakable presence, a quiet authority that earns respect without having to fight. To actually do this behavior, you need to be aware of it and practice it. When you're talking to someone, in a meeting, or having a personal fight, make it a rule to stop before you answer. Take a deep breath, count to 3, and watch your feelings without acting right away. If you take a step back, you will often discover that the temptation to react forcefully goes away. When you choose to be quiet again and over again, you teach your mind to respond with reason instead of instinct. This turns every possible confrontation into a chance to strengthen your inner strength. In the end, using quiet as a strategy supports the Stoic idea that your peace can't be taken away. It can only be given up willingly. You can keep negativity from ruining your life by learning when to talk and when to be quiet. Not only does silence become a reaction, it also becomes a way of life, a protective barrier, a sign of control, and a source of lasting inner peace. Number 4, detach from others' opinions. Opinions are not facts, and judgment reveals more about the speaker than you. Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." By detaching from validation, approval, or criticism, you maintain emotional independence. Opinions lose impact when your self-worth is internal, rooted in your principles and values. Observe criticism objectively. Does it matter for your growth, goals, or peace? If not, dismiss it. Detachment protects your mental state from unnecessary harm. Over time, this practice strengthens resilience, allowing you to navigate interactions without emotional disturbance. By internalizing your value, external judgments no longer dictate your calm, and you remain untouchable, regardless of others' attempts to provoke, belittle, or manipulate you. Emotional sovereignty means not caring what other people think. You lose control of your inner state when you always want to be approved of or are afraid of being disapproved of. Seneca wisely said, "The man who is poor is not the one who has too little, but the one who wants more." The same goes for someone who needs other people's approval. They are always at the mercy of other people's opinions. You make outside praise or criticism meaningless by basing your self-worth on your own beliefs and activities. This distance doesn't mean you should ignore helpful criticism. The most important thing is to be able to tell the difference between viewpoints that are helpful to your progress and goals and those that aren't. If a critique is helpful, use it. If it comes from jealousy, ignorance, or malice, let it go like the wind through the trees. Marcus Aurelius says, "Don't choose to be hurt, and you won't feel hurt. You haven't been hurt, therefore don't feel that way." If you let them, opinions can only hurt you. In practice, this involves paying attention to how you feel. When someone says anything bad or good about you, ask yourself, does this change my beliefs, my actions, or my peace? Let it go right away if the answer is no. This gives you a deep sense of independence and confidence over time, because your own judgment, not what other people say, guides your choices. The less you need other people's approval, the less power they have over your feelings. This lets you act with purpose, courage, and clarity. Detachment also makes it easier to talk to people and be in relationships. You are no longer afraid of being judged, which lets you be honest, make decisions, and connect with people based on who you really are instead of what you think they want. People who try to manipulate or provoke you will fail because you stay calm, confident, and unaffected. Your peace is no longer up for debate. It is protected by the fact that you know that other people's opinions are just reflections of their own minds, not the truth about you. In the end, accepting this lesson changes your life. You become emotionally independent, resilient, and your presence exudes quiet strength. You can reach a state of tranquility that no one can touch by letting go of what others think and putting your own values above all else. No praise, no criticism, and no opinion can shake the balance you have worked so hard to build. You become, in every way, the ruler of your own mind. Number 5. Respond with calm, not anger. Respond with composure rather than anger. Anger is predictable, exploitable, and gives power to others. Seneca wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." Pause, breathe, and respond logically rather than emotionally. Calmness demonstrates strength, maturity, and emotional intelligence. Aggressors fail to manipulate someone who maintains clarity and self-control. Over time, this approach reinforces authority and reduces conflict. A measured response communicates that insults, criticism, or provocation are ineffective. Emotional mastery allows you to navigate challenges with dignity and resilience, creating an aura of untouchability. Calmness is deliberate, empowering, and the foundation for maintaining peace even when others attempt to disrupt it. Responding with calm instead of anger is not just a strategy, it is a demonstration of inner mastery. Anger is often immediate and instinctive, a reaction that clouds judgment and amplifies conflict. When you respond with composure, you take control of the situation instead of letting external circumstances dictate your behavior. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Your power lies in your ability to choose your reaction, not in the provocation itself. This practice requires deliberate pauses. When confronted with insults, criticism, or hostility, take a moment to breathe and center yourself. Count to 3, observe your emotions, and respond only after clarity replaces impulse. By doing so, you avoid saying things you may regret, prevent unnecessary escalation, and maintain authority over your own actions. Over time, this pause becomes instinctive, and your calmness becomes your default response, a shield that protects your peace and reputation. Calm responses also communicate strength without aggression. People who attempt to provoke you quickly realize that their tactics are ineffective. They may escalate, test boundaries, or push harder, but your composed demeanor signals that their attempts to control or unsettle you will not succeed. This not only preserves your mental energy, but subtly establishes psychological authority. Others sense that your inner fortress is untouchable and begin to treat you with respect. Moreover, responding calmly enhances your problem-solving ability. Emotions like anger narrow perception, increase impulsivity, and create blind spots. Calmness opens your mind to reason, perspective, and strategic thinking. You begin to respond to challenges with precision rather than reaction, turning potential conflicts into opportunities for demonstration of wisdom, patience, and discernment. Finally, mastering calm responses reinforces self-respect and dignity. Choosing not to mirror the negativity or aggression of others elevates your character. As Seneca advised, the true revenge, the true power, lies in rising above the behavior of those who try to drag you down. You maintain integrity, cultivate resilience, and ensure that no provocation can steal the tranquility you have intentionally built. By consistently responding with calm, you transform anger from a reaction into a tool for self-mastery, projecting authority, preserving your peace, and maintaining control over both your mind and the situation. It is a deliberate choice, a sign of strength, and a cornerstone of being untouchable in any environment. Number 6, focus on what truly matters. Prioritize meaningful pursuits and ignore distractions. Many attempts to provoke you are designed to waste your time and energy. Marcus Aurelius advised, do every act of your life as though it were your last. By focusing on your goals, personal growth, and values, petty provocations lose significance. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 days, 5 months, or 5 years? Often the answer is no. This perspective shifts your energy from trivial conflicts to what truly elevates your life. When attention is directed toward purpose and progress, emotional attacks fail to disturb you. Focusing on what matters strengthens inner resolve, maintains clarity, and ensures that external negativity cannot control your mind or steal your peace. To focus on what's really important, you need to consciously filter your attention and energy. There are always things in life that might get in the way of your focus, such drama, gossip, petty fights, and criticism. If you let them, they can easily throw you off track. When you use the lens of significance, you can swiftly decide if an event or interaction is worth your time. Epictetus says, "Wealth is not having a lot of things, but not wanting a lot of things." Mental wealth is also about choosing to only care about things that are in line with your goals and values. If someone is trying to get you angry, ask yourself, will this help me grow, reach my goals, or find peace? Let it go if the answer is no. This habit doesn't make you apathetic or passive, it makes you thoughtful. Instead of wasting your energy on small annoyances or manipulations, you put it where it will have the most effect. Over time, this helps you develop a laser-like focus, which makes you more productive, strong, and mentally tough. Prioritizing also helps people deal with their feelings. You keep yourself from being stressed, angry, or anxious over small things by always bringing your focus back to what matters. Instead of seeing problems as attacks on your character, you start to see them as tests of your focus and self-discipline. Marcus Aurelius says, "You could leave life right now." Let that guide your actions, words, and thoughts. This awareness makes you feel like you need to act right away and with purpose, instead of just reacting. Also, concentrating on things that matter to you protects your mind. When you put all your mental focus into your goal, outside negativity like insults, gossip, or manipulative behavior loses its impact. The more you do things that really make your life better, the less room there is for anger, distraction, or frustration. This focus turns your inner environment into a stronghold of peace, clarity, and unshakable determination. In the end, being able to focus on what counts is a sign of impenetrable tranquility. You take control of your time, energy, and mood by separating small annoyances from important tasks. You can't be swayed by anything outside of your control because your focus is solidly on what makes your life better. This makes you unshakable, no matter how hard people try to agitate or divert you. Number 7, develop emotional resilience. Build mental strength to withstand emotional attacks. Life will always present challenges, insults, and provocation. Seneca wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." Start by facing minor annoyances calmly, observing your reactions and choosing composure over frustration. Gradually, even harsh criticism or deliberate provocation loses its effect. Emotional resilience is cultivated daily. It allows you to act thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Those who practice resilience remain untouchable in their peace of mind, as external events no longer dictate their inner state. By strengthening your mind, you can navigate life with confidence, clarity, and self-mastery, making it nearly impossible for negativity or external chaos to disturb your calm. Being aware of your emotions and practicing them on purpose are the first steps to building emotional resilience. Pay attention to how you react every day and whether you feel frustrated, annoyed, or angry. Don't try to hide these feelings. Instead, recognize them, figure out what makes them happen, and adopt a calm response. Epictetus said, "Men are not upset by things, but by the way they see them." You may slowly lessen the emotional effect of things that bother you by changing the way you think about them and focusing on what you can control. Begin with tiny things. Every day, you can practice being strong by dealing with an unpleasant comment, a small problem, or a plan that gets pushed back. Every situation is a chance to practice staying cool and thinking things through. your mind gets used to staying calm, even when there are bigger problems or people are trying to get you to lose your cool. This step-by-step method improves your emotional muscle, which helps you deal with problems with grace and calmness. Emotional resilience also helps you make better decisions and see things more clearly. When feelings take over, judgment gets confused, people act on impulse, and chances to find good answers disappear. When you build resilience, you give yourself room to think clearly about situations, make smart decisions, and stay out of trouble. Marcus Aurelius said, "If something outside of you is bothering you, the pain isn't from that thing itself, but from how you see it. And you can change how you see it at any time." You may take back control of your inner state in any situation if you accept this reality. Also, resilience helps you keep your peace of mind and self-esteem. When you have a strong intellect, provocations, insults, or attempts to manipulate you lose their power. People who like drama or control lose their power over you when you stay calm, since it shows them that their tricks don't bother you. This not only protects your emotional health, but it also shows people that you are strong and in charge without having to fight with them. In the end, emotional resilience is something you have to work on every day to make your inner refuge stronger. Every problem you confront and every reaction you learn to control adds to a mental framework that stays calm, focused, and unbreakable. By building this resilience, you make sure that your serenity stays with you, your clarity stays strong, and you learn to deal with life's problems with confidence and dignity without even thinking about it. Number 8. Use logic over emotion. Let reason guide your responses instead of emotion. Emotional reactions are predictable and easily exploited by others. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." When provoked, pause and ask, "Does this impact my life, my goals, or my peace?" If not, dismiss it. By analyzing situations logically, you maintain composure and make deliberate decisions. Rational thinking prevents impulsive reactions that empower aggressors. Over time, your mind naturally favors clarity over emotion, making you untouchable in interactions. Logic acts as a shield, filtering out stress and protecting your well-being. This habit strengthens self-control and ensures your calm remains unbroken, regardless of provocation, insults, or attempts to manipulate you. It takes mental discipline and practice to use reasoning instead of emotion. Emotions might come on suddenly and require an urgent response, whereas reasoning lets you take a step back, think about it, and choose a solution that fits with your beliefs and goals. Marcus Aurelius says, "If something outside of you hurts you, it's not that thing that bothers you, it's your own judgment about it." And you can change that decision at any time. You can keep your feelings from getting in the way of your understanding of events by looking at them through a logical lens. When someone criticizes or provokes you, ask yourself, what is the real effect of this? Does it change who I am, what I do, or what I want to do? Most of the time, the response is no, which shows that getting more upset would be a waste of energy. You keep control over your mental state and don't let others change your feelings by responding logically instead of reacting on impulse. Every time you choose to use reason instead of anger, fear, or irritation, you strengthen a pattern of unbreakable self-control. Logic also makes things clearer and helps you make decisions. Emotions can make it hard to see things clearly and create blind spots. On the other hand, reason gives you a wide and correct vision of reality, which leads to answers that are effective instead than impulsive. Over time, continuously putting logic first will make your mind default to calmness, strategic thinking, and purposeful action, which will make it hard for negative thoughts to get in. Logic also protects you from being manipulated. People who want to provoke typically use emotional triggers like jealousy, fear, or pride to get people to act. You can't be tricked by these approaches if you answer logically. You no longer react to things. Instead, you plan how to respond. Your calmness becomes a clear sign of power. Aggressors rapidly learn that trying to upset you won't work, which makes you more peaceful and gives you more power in social and work situations. In the end, letting reason guide your behaviors builds a mental fortress of serenity, clarity, and self-control. You choose what you do instead of acting on impulse, which protects your mental health and makes provocation useless. You may keep your inner calm by always thinking about things logically and not letting your emotions get the best of you. This gives you a quiet, untouchable strength that others naturally appreciate. Number 9, maintain self-respect, protect your dignity, and uphold your principles. Provocations often rely on disrespect or moral pressure to destabilize you. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Avoid stooping to petty fights, gossip, or behaviors that compromise your standards. By maintaining self-respect, you signal to others that manipulation will fail. Respect is earned internally, not through external validation. Upholding dignity strengthens authority and builds emotional immunity. Those who seek to provoke you quickly realize their tactics are ineffective. By combining self-respect with calm composure, you create an aura of unshakable strength, making you untouchable to negativity while preserving inner peace and confidence. To keep your self-respect, you need to stick to your ideals and convictions all the time, no matter what other people say or do. When someone makes you angry, it's simple to act defensively or lash out. But doing so hurts your integrity and makes the negativity you want to avoid worse. Seneca says, "A man's true joy is to do the things he was made for." By following your moral compass and not doing things that are below your standards, you show that your peace is not up for debate and you strengthen your own sense of worth. Setting clear limits is also a part of self-respect. People that try to manipulate, insult, or provoke are pushing the limits. You make it clear that you won't put up with disrespect by calmly but firmly sticking to your boundaries. This isn't aggressiveness. It's authority based on decency. Your behaviors show that you are confident, aware of yourself, and in control. This lets others know that trying to bring you down won't work. Self-respect also keeps your mental and emotional energy safe. You keep negative thoughts from getting into your head by not becoming involved in gossip, revenge, or petty arguments. Every time you hold back, you build your inner strength. This makes it easier for you to be focused, clear-headed, and on track with your goals, even when things go tough. Marcus Aurelius said, "Don't choose to be hurt, and you won't feel hurt. Don't think you've been hurt when you haven't." Self-respect is what turns this knowledge into action. Over time, keeping your self-respect becomes a strong presence. People notice those who are dignified, calm, and consistent. These are traits that can't be faked or broken. Aggressors see that their plans don't work, criticism doesn't hurt as much, and attempts to control others fail. Your calm authority naturally keeps negativity at bay, which gives you the confidence and emotional security to handle social and work circumstances. In the end, keeping your self-respect means sticking to your values, your tranquility, and your honesty every day. It makes sure that nothing from the outside may disturb your inner peace or sense of self. When you combine self-respect with calmness, clarity, and reasonable thinking, you build an inner fortress that can't be touched. This fortress preserves your dignity, strengthens your authority, and keeps your serenity safe from all types of negativity. Number 10. Visualize your calm. Mental rehearsal strengthens emotional defenses. Visualization is a Stoic technique to prepare the mind for challenges. Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." Imagine yourself as a fortress, impervious to insults, criticism, or provocation. When others attempt to disturb you, their words and actions bounce harmlessly off your mental shield. Visualization trains your subconscious to remain calm in real situations, making composure automatic. Over time, emotional attacks lose their power. By practicing mental rehearsal regularly, you create a protective barrier around your peace. Visualization not only strengthens resilience but also reinforces confidence, allowing you to navigate conflict with poise, maintain emotional stability, and remain untouchable even in difficult circumstances. Visualization is more than just imagining things. It's a way to train your mind to deal with real-life problems. You may train your mind to stay cool under pressure by visualizing yourself answering with calmness, confidence, and clarity over and over again. Marcus Aurelius says, "The mind changes to fit what it thinks about a lot." When you often picture peace and control, these traits automatically show themselves in how you act. Start with little situations, such as a coworker's harsh comment, an annoying conversation, or a small provocation. Picture yourself staying cool and not letting what they say or do bother you. Practice in more difficult scenarios, imagining that you will be clear-headed and logical even when others are very angry with you. Every practice strengthens the cerebral pathways that help you stay emotionally strong, so your reactions are more planned than automatic. Visualization also helps you build strength in anticipation. When you think about possible conflict or provocation, your mind already has a plan for keeping the peace. This stops emotions from getting out of control and makes it less likely that people would act on impulse or regret their actions. Epictetus said, "Always remember that everything happens for a reason, and that nothing happens without a reason." By mentally rehearsing calm responses, you become in touch with reason and get ready to deal with problems without getting upset. Also, this method makes you more confident and present. When you know you've practiced staying calm in every situation, you can be sure of yourself when you talk to people. People can feel this calm strength, so trying to irritate or control you doesn't work. Your mental shield, which you made by visualizing it, sends a quiet but strong message that your tranquility is safe and cannot be touched. In the end, visualization is a useful, proactive way to build Stoic strength. When you mentally practice calm, rational, and collected answers, you make your mind stronger against outside stressors, your emotional defense is stronger, and the habit of taking measured, deliberate action stronger. When you practice often, you become automatically calm, clear-headed, and present even when people attack, criticize, or provoke you. Number 11. Let go of revenge. Refuse to seek retaliation or hold grudges. Revenge binds your mind to those attempting to harm you, keeping you trapped in negativity. Epictetus said, "When you are offended at any man's fault, turn to yourself and study your own failings. Then you will forget your anger." Letting go of revenge reclaims your energy and emotional freedom. True power lies in detachment. When you act from wisdom rather than emotion, provocation loses meaning. Holding grudges only prolongs suffering and distracts from personal growth. By releasing anger and resentment, you protect your peace, maintain focus on meaningful pursuits, and rise above manipulation. Letting go allows you to live untouchable by others' negativity, investing your energy in growth and calm. Letting go of revenge is a way to free yourself. If you focus on getting back at someone, they will always have power over your thoughts and feelings. Marcus Aurelius says, "The best revenge is to be different from the person who hurt you." You get your power back and keep your dignity by not copying their negativity. Revenge could make you feel better for a short time, but it costs you calm, clarity, and focus. The true test of strength is being able to resist the urge to hurt or punish. This exercise also helps people become emotionally independent. The natural response to being provoked is to get back at the person or hold a grudge. When you intentionally let go, you teach your mind to respond with knowledge instead of anger, which breaks the cycle of anger and manipulation. Epictetus said that outside events can't hurt us unless we let them. Holding grudges is a way of letting that hurt linger. Letting go of anger keeps others from affecting your mood and keeps you peaceful. Letting go also helps you grow as a person and see things more clearly. When people stop wasting their energy on revenge or holding on to anger, they may use it for things that matter, like self-improvement and positive action. Every time you forgive someone or let go of something, you strengthen your ability to be strong and purposeful, which helps you go on with your life without being held back by past wrongs. Seneca said, "No man was ever wise by chance." Choosing to be detached is a conscious use of wisdom, discipline, and forethought. Letting go also shows others that you have power and authority. When aggressors understand that you won't fight back when they try to provoke, belittle, or manipulate you, they know they don't have influence over you. This calmness that can't be broken stops more attacks, since your peace becomes a shield against negativity. Letting up of the impulse for revenge is, in the end, a way to free your mind. It helps you let go of anger, keep your inner peace, and put your energy into growth, purpose, and tranquility. By not investing in revenge, you show that your power and peace come from controlling your own mind and emotions, not from what happens to you. Number 12. Master yourself daily. Emotional mastery is built through consistent practice. Marcus Aurelius reflected, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Mastery is cultivated daily through reflection, meditation, journaling, and self-assessment. Each day provides an opportunity to strengthen composure, resilience, and rational thought. Regular practice reinforces calm, enabling you to respond deliberately instead of reacting impulsively. By mastering yourself, external insults, criticism, and provocation lose significance. Inner strength becomes a habit, and your peace remains unshakable. Daily self-mastery allows you to live life on your terms, free from the influence of others, and ensures you remain untouchable, emotionally strong, and fully in control of your mind. Every day, mastering yourself is a disciplined promise to keep growing. You have to make a conscious effort to pay attention to your thoughts, keep an eye on how you feel, and make sure your actions are in line with your values. Writing in a journal, thinking about things, and meditating are all useful ways to keep track of progress, find patterns, and apply Stoic philosophy to everyday life. Epictetus says, "First, tell yourself what you want to be, and then do what you need to do." This regular exercise turns self-awareness into self-control, so that controlling your emotions becomes second nature instead of something you have to do. Being consistent is important. You can't manage your emotions with just one act of self-control or a moment of serenity. You have to do the same things over and over again on purpose to change your thoughts over time. Every contact, challenge, or provocation serves as a training ground for your inner strength. You strengthen habits that keep your peace by responding calmly, logically, and with patience. Marcus Aurelius said, "Stop arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Daily practice makes sure that you not only know the principles of calm and resilience, but also live them out in every contact and choice you make. Self-mastery also helps you not be affected by outside forces. When you train your mind, insults, criticism, and attempts to control you lose their power. You don't need other people's approval or validation anymore, and you don't let negativity get to you. Your own reason, judgment, and ideals control what you do, think, and feel, giving you a level of independence that others can't get inside. This freedom boosts confidence, helps you see things clearly, and lets you act with purpose instead of reacting. Also, practicing self-control every day helps you live on purpose. You can choose to exercise calm, reasonable thinking, and emotional strength every morning, every night. Thinking on what you've learned makes it stick, shows you where you can grow, and gets you ready for the next day's challenges. This cycle of self-mastery will become a permanent part of your character over time. So your tranquility, focus, and emotional power will not be temporary, but will last for the rest of your life. In the end, conquering oneself every day makes the Stoic ideal a reality. Your mind becomes a stronghold of calm, clarity, and strength that can't be shaken by insults, provocations, or outside pandemonium. You may create a life where tranquility is normal, strength is automatic, and you're in complete control of your emotions by practicing every day. This is the most important lesson of all. To have an inner world that is so powerful, tranquil, and disciplined that nothing outside of it can disrupt it. This will help you live your life with unshakable peace and strength. These 12 teachings provide a guide to emotional freedom. According to Stoic philosophy, life will always throw insults, criticism, and problems your way, but your calm, rational, and disciplined mind will always be safe. Every day, remember these lessons. Focus on what really counts, keep your peace, and learn to control yourself. You can rise above negativity and live life on your own terms by developing self-control, detachment, and resilience. Join a group of people who are dedicated to inner strength, emotional independence, and live untouchable in every situation by clicking the subscribe button immediately.